Is he just like ham boning, or is he tearing up some just sick dance right now? Kind of looks like he's fist bumping, maybe? How's it going, guys? Welcome back to West of Loathing. I feel like I gotta quickly stop in on the Sherf before I go in search of the horses. I totally forgot about the Sherf's office. Howdy, stranger. Welcome to Boring Springs. I'm the Sherf in these parts. The what? The sheriff, okay? Blasted sign painters. They fucked up the sign and he just decided to commit to it. That was a lot easier than like having that redone. Was it just that they started writing the letters way too large and they ran out of room? Or no, it's still straight up a typo. There's no I in there. Say, you wouldn't happen to be looking for work, would ya? As a matter of fact, I am. Depends on the work. I already got a horse that I need to go wrangle. Well, how does this grab ya? There's a gang of hoodlums around here that call themselves the Fricker Gang. Last time I arrested one of them, they busted him out and took my cell door with them. It ain't much good without the door. And I need someone tough, smart, and or slick to go fetch it back for me. Why don't you go do it? You're the Sherf after all. I gotta stay here and practice my chair tipping. Gotta find that perfect equilibrium where you feel like you're living in that zero gravity realm before it falls over backwards and you crack your skull. I'll give it a shot. Funny you should say that, because I'm sending the deputy along with you to keep you out of trouble. He takes a pistol out of the desk and hands it to you. The deputy is the pistol? This pistol was deputized during one of the Sherf's most recent benders. Deputy? You deputized a gun? You're new in town, maybe you ain't noticed, but there ain't much to do here except drink. Here, let me write down where the Fricker Gang's hideout is for ya. He makes a little note on the map. You discover a new map location, the Fricker Gang's hideout. Got it. I'll be back with the door. Maybe we rummage around in here while there's no gate inside of it. Doesn't look like I can actually go inside. Who are the wanted posters? We got the Bimmy Fricker for face thieving, 420 meat. Like they just steal people's faces? That sounds fucking terrifying. If that's the case, I don't know if I'm the man for the job. It sounds like a little bit above my skill level. I'm pretty new to this West world. Help wanted. Wanted poster artist. Apply in person at the Yuma Marshal's office. And bird theft. Naked Mike Bernstein. 200 meat for that. Someone really values that bird. You can buy a horse for 1,000 meat and 200 for a bird? Damn. It's a chunk of wood from the broken hitching post. Grab it. I noticed that before, but I just thought it was a decoration. I just kind of on a whim went and inspected it. That's kind of... Let's investigate some of what we just picked up here. The broken board. I'm using it as a shield, I guess? Speak softly and carry a crude stick. Oh, I didn't realize the hat was adding to my moxie. That's great. Good. Brimley's location-aware oats. They're healthy and expeditious. They really help those horses get where they need to be going. Oh yeah, I guess I don't just like walk out of the town. You can't do that. So you gotta use the map to go places. Orehole Mine, that's where we're headed to first. Let's go behind the outhouse here. This is where Bill said to look. Hey, he wasn't kidding. Not that this would have been a funny thing to kid about, I guess. Hell of a prank, wouldn't you say? This definitely does not bear closer scrutiny. Well, that's what you said about the spittoon, but we went right down into that. So maybe you give this quick rummage too? Get right down in there, get your eyes, your peepers just an inch away from that bowl, that porcelain, and see what they might be storing down below? You don't think that's worth a quick rummage? Fine, I guess we can just rummage in the meat ore instead? So it's not just like, they're not just cutting up cows and calling it money, they're actually mining chunks of meat? There's still some meat ore in this cart. 65 meat? Damn, son, I feel like that's someone like worked hard for that, don't you think? Like, that someone spent the time in the mine digging that up and we just took it? Dirty mug. Great. I always am in need of more mugs. A dirty glass mug. The bottom is stamped property of Boring Springs Saloon. Reward if returned. Well, I can't wait for like the one meat that I'm likely to get from that. What was it I was in search for? Oh, a horse. I gotta find a horse down here. it's instructions for the cargo elevator. Cargo elevator control, poster on the wall behind reads, Level 1, the blasting cap storage. Level 2, plungers, both kinds. And Level 3, tools. Where do you want to send the cargo elevator? Nowhere for the time being. I have a little bit of rummaging I'd like to do. It's still full, dig through it. You found a disgusting chunk of meat ore, unrefined meat nugget. A chunk of mostly worthless rock shot through with veins of gristle and flesh and, well, veins. That sounds absolutely disgusting. Just sell it. Yeah, I think I shall. This looks dangerous. At least there's no plunger hooked up to it. Ah, so the two types of plungers. I was trying to think of what the second type of plunger would be. There's a TNT plunger and then probably just like a bathroom plunger. Let's take this to tools? Let's head down to the bottom first. Sure, why not? Oh, I see. We don't actually head anywhere. It just brings it up for us. That's great. The toolbox, but it's locked. Pick the lock using a needle. God, I'm a genius. Good thing I managed to... I decided to pick the lock picking. Someday maybe desert survival will come in handy, but for now, lock picking is what it's all about. You managed to unlock the toolbox, but the needle is ruined in the process. Most of the tools inside are rusted away to nothing, but there's a very nice crowbar. I wonder if sometimes it's like random whether or not the needle does break, or maybe it breaks every single time. I have no idea. Let's get ourselves some plungers, hopefully one of each. That's what I'm particularly interested in myself. Plungers. The sign lied, though there's only the one kind. You got the item detonation plunger. Damn, I was really hoping to have the second one. Then I could go take it out to the outhouse over there, and probably there'd be something to find. Ah, the shame. What a shame. These crates are labeled blasting caps. The period is part of the label. That's why it's inside the quotes like that. God damn it. I always, fuck that up. I never know where to put the period, and it just throws me off big time when I have to try and rack my brain every time to remember what the proper way to do it is, and I just hope no one ever calls me out on it. So I was just never going to mention it here, because I don't know whether or not when it's 100% correct to do it one way or the other. I think it depends if it's in the middle or end of a sentence or whatever. I don't fucking know. I don't remember. That's like grade 4 English. It was too long ago for me to care or remember. But I love that. I like to think that whoever put this together didn't know the proper rule either, so they just committed and then made a joke out of it instead. You pry one of the crates open using your brand spanking new crowbar and grab a blasting cap. Don't know exactly what that is, what that's for, but hey, I'll take it anyways. Hook the plunger up to it. We'll blast our way to that horse who presumably got himself stranded down in this mine shaft. Seems like a classic horse behavior. Fighting against your instincts for self-preservation, you hooked up a plunger and string it a fair distance away. I mean, that's really not that far, but I guess it'll do the trick. You press the plunger and nothing happens. You forgot to hook up the blasting cap. You can't pass the pile of rubber. Add the blasting cap. Okay, you've succeeded in putting yourself in grave danger. I love all these handstands this guy keeps doing. I don't get, an experience for putting myself in grave danger. I got experience for combing my hair, and grave danger is nothing. Oh, kaboom! Alright, this horse better be down here. That was a risky situation. Ooh, more meat ore. Ooh, and I got a shovel I can actually dig now. You got a silver nugget. Damn, that better be worth something. A shiny silver nugget. Well, I honestly thought it would be worth more. Oh, I can attack with this thing as well, but I'll probably just keep it as... I can't attack with a shovel, but I'll probably just keep it for its prying purposes. The crowbar is one of nature's simplest machines. It's exactly what you want on your side if a thing has a lid and you don't want it to have a lid anymore. I mean, its purpose is clear. Nature, take that, evolutionists. God must have created the crowbar. Just like the argument for the banana, how perfectly a banana fits in people's hands. Crowbars were created exactly for their specific intention. Humans couldn't have thought of such a brilliant bit of technology. You see, the dark horse. Barely. Is that the thematic thing? Is that the dark horse went down to the dark mines? The guy warned me that they informed that these would have thematic reasonings for where they are. Hey there, girl. It's okay, I'm a friend. Stupid horse noise is what I meant to say. The horse shies away from you, though in this case it's more like cripplingly introverted away from you. Oh, this poor super shy horse. Aw, come on, don't be like that. Look, I brought some oats for you. They aren't poison or anything. In retrospect, I guess it wasn't a very comforting thing to say. You normally leave those little bits and pieces out. Feed her the oats anyways. Force feed those oats. You take a handful of oats out of the bag and hold them out for the horse. Here you go, yum yum. I thought she wasn't going to eat them and we were going to have to taste them to prove to her that they weren't poisoned, but then we would just end up going back to town. She sidles away from you warily and makes a surprisingly good attempt at hiding in her own shadow. Come on, please. Oh, she hasn't actually eaten it yet. Pat her on the nose. As you reach out to pat her nose, the horse ducks and steps further back into the shadows. Oh, come on. Eat the oats yourself. We're just going to end up going back to town if we do that, aren't we? Look, they're fine, okay? See? You take a handful from the bag and toss some in your mouth. Ugh, it's like the roughest, blandest breakfast cereal you've ever eaten. Still, it's better than dry cat food. Don't ask. Every time I feed my cat in the morning, sometimes she's lucky and gets wet food, but every time I feed her dry food, there's that thought that crosses my mind of maybe I should see what this tastes like. But honestly, it looks like gritty chunk of dirt. I don't know why they make animal food so unappealing. Maybe so people don't eat it. That's probably a good reason to do that, but yeah. I can honestly say I've never eaten cat food. You smile to show the horse that you're fine and realize that you've unconsciously turned around and walked out the door. Geez, these are powerful. Can you reel yourself out of it? And did you maybe not eat quite enough? You can go back down there and finish it off. The horse looks at you warily as you re-enter with a cheerful wave. See? Perfectly fine. Nothing amiss here at all. Feed her the oats. Here you go, yum yum. She sidles away. Come on, please. Pat her on the nose again. The horse hunches her shoulders and seems to shrink slightly as you pat her nose. But she does not actually flee, so there's something. There's a good girl. I don't know how to do a questioning whinny. Feed her the oats. The horse finally seems relaxed enough around you, so you offer her a handful of the oats. Warily, begrudgingly, she eats them. Then she gestures at something behind you. I want to see a horse gesture. Which foot would they use? Presumably one of the front ones, right? But it's hard to say. They might consider front and back a little bit differently than we do. You turn around to look but don't see anything. When you turn back, she's gone. Well, okay then. It's a sneaky, mischievous horse. Glad to have her out of my life. I'm not sure what kind of shady shit that shady horse might have been up to. It looks like I can't actually wander off into there. What happens if I just try and walk out here? Oh, it automatically opens up this. Well, I got two things I want to do here, at the very least two. I would like to walk over to this hole that was across from Cactus Bill, give that a quick search. Hey, recovered mug. Alright, I got 3 things. That's 1 down, 2 more to go. I gotta return some of these mugs for a quick reward. You walk up to the bar and wait patiently for the bartender to notice you. While you're waiting, you see a sign taped to the back wall reading reward for lost mugs, 25 meat each. The bartender finally notices you. Howdy, cowboy. Howdy, barkeep. Name's The Grimy. What brings you to our little backwater? Ask about work. Oh, the usual. I came out west to make a fortune. Not having much luck so far, though. Any work around these parts? Unfortunately, Boring Springs already has more people in it than jobs. It's more of an errand town, if you catch my meaning. If you're looking for a real job, I'd recommend talking to the railroad people up by Dirtwater. How about you just take these mugs back? That's all I wanted. Ask about the errands, I guess. Yeah, this forsaken burg is always falling apart in one way or another. The hostler's always needing help since he hurt his leg, and that no-account Sherf could certainly stand to have somebody doing his job for him. Anything else? I kind of already got those 2 under control. Well, I've got a goblin loose in the basement. Some cowpoke in from the gulch didn't wipe his boots off and got spores everywhere. Goblins just spraying out his spores? That's peculiar. I already took care of that goblin. Don't you ask how I did it or how I got down there. No, that's unimportant. Thank you kindly, the Grimy. I knew he was a stand-up feller the moment you walked in and broke into my basement. Though I could have sworn the door to the basement was locked. Guess I must have forgot. He reaches under the bar and grabs a bag of meat. Here you go. It's the least I can do by way of thanks. 200 meat, god damn. That's right on. Glad I killed that goblin. I also found these mugs. Much obliged. You hand in the recovered mugs, collect your bounty. 50 meat, god damn, boy. Who's the lady drinking whiskey out of a beer mug? Wow, that is a tall order, if you catch my meaning. Which I'm sure you do. That wasn't a very, subtle, sly comment. That's Susie. She's a rancher from nearby, a real tough broad. I ain't recommend you pester her. Why's that? Lost her whole family to a cow attack recently. Perhaps back when the cows came home? Got some pent-up frustrations about it. Ooch. Well, that took a little bit more time than I was expecting. I still got time to go talk to the guy about bringing his horse back. I'll fit that in. I don't know how you spotted him hiding in that mine, but thanks for sending back my dark horse. Got 300 meat. Sure thing. Afternoon, sir. What can I do for ya? I probably got enough meat to buy a horse at this point, but you said something earlier about an injury? Yeah, I busted my knee while mucking out the showroom. Don't ask how, it's embarrassing. I was gonna get Doc Alice to have a look, but she gave up doctoring. Why'd she do that? Nobody knows. She just shut herself up in her office, said she wouldn't talk to anybody except Nurse Whiskey. Is that an actual nurse? No, I have that. I found that down in the basement. I'm pretty sure she was just being sarcastic. Well, I see. Oh, I have less money than I thought I did, but find me a couple more horses and I'll have plenty. So next time, guys, I'll go in search of another horse, and one thing that I think I want to do is gamble. Now that I have the money, I mean, it's just burning a hole in my pocket. I gotta try and spend some of the shit, so I'm gonna join these guys' poker game, help them actually learn how to play poker. Maybe they've finally figured it out staring after the rules card long enough. Hey, she picked up a card. They must know what they're doing. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you again soon.